Your mother and spouse in a dispute. Who are you protecting? One person.
One person only. All right. So your mother and your spouse drowning in a dispute. Who should you protect if you have to protect one person? So we had other videos addressing this. We talked about Letitia.
Yes, yes.
Let's see, Mandices. Right. And who else? Anyway, in-law issue is a major issue.
It's a
In
major
marriages,
one. Very popular.
it is what it is. But let's dive into this. Was a big one. This has 35 comments.
Okay.
It has 35 comments in it, So let's dive in and see what we're dealing with here. All right. So let's make it a little bigger. You lead. Please answer your question first. Sheraye. This is the same guy that was speaking English.
Yes.
Okay, Ayinde. Thank you, Ayinde. I will answer my question right now. Okay. So Ada says, my spouse. I love my mom, but she needs to understand that I now have a family of my own and let go. What do you think?
That is absolutely correct.
Ada is on point.
She's on point.
Of course, Dina. I don't know who Dina is, by the way. I probably do, but people change their name all over the place. Dina says, my mom, because I trust her more than my spouse.
Oh my God.
What's IGS? What does that mean? I'm just saying. See, I'm just saying. She will always be around. Spouse come and go. I love him,
Oh my
but my
God.
mom is my number one.
That's a red flag right there.
Yeah. If you're married already, red flag. If you're not married already, you probably want to stay out of marriage until you fix that attitude.
And why do you trust? Why do you trust your mom? I mean, I guess you trust your mom because she's your mom. But why is it that you don't trust your spouse?
That's a good
I think
question. You
that's
see,
the
these
question.
issues are not necessarily about, are not necessarily about trusting. It's not necessarily about trust or not. It's about wisdom. We're talking about a marriage where you actually care about the spouse, obviously.
Yep.
We're not talking, if you're in crisis, I understand, or you've gone through some kind of pain. I understand why you may feel that way. A lot of people have gone through stuff that makes them feel like they can't trust their spouse.
Right.
But in a healthy marriage, that's completely out of order.
Right.
Okay? Because your job is to continue to nurture your relationship and that marriage. And mom is going to be mom. Of course you trust mom. Mom, nothing is going to shake mom off of her place.
Our throne.
Off of her throne as the
Yes.
queen mother, right? Nothing is going to shake that. You know what can shake mother off of her queen, off of her throne? You know what can shake queen mother off of her throne? When your house is not in order.
Yes, absolutely.
If she comes and she starts to chime in or she doesn't know her place, your spouse is going to put her in her space. She's going to fall off of that throne, right? So there's one thing here that has a downstream effect on the other one in a positive way, and that's to always edify your spouse, because mom also understands.
She
that.
understands.
And if she doesn't, she will get with it with time. She'll be all right because
Yes.
you're not having sex with her.
Okay. You better let them know.
She will know, and she'll be all right, by the way, and she will remain queen mother.
Okay.
Right, and you can still trust her, right?
Yeah,
this
mama.
is the kind of wisdom that marriage needs that most people
We love you,
don't
mama.
realize, right? So, and little things like this can cause issues in marriage,
Yes.
because now you feel the need to defend your mom when it's not just about defending mom. But let's keep going. Maureen says, "Oil did your head." That is funny. Oil did your head. That's messed up. Come on, Maureen. All right. Maybe they know each other. I'm gonna guess they know each other. She doubles down. I think that's the same thing she said, right? Okay. Okay, so Maureen also say my mom's spouse na contract. So even Maureen that say, oh, they your head.
No blood connection.
No blood connection. Well, if you plan to have children with your...
Oh, you have children with
If
this
you're having...
person.
Oh, let me
I don't
fix
understand.
it. If you're having sex with your spouse, there's absolutely more
There's
than...
no blood connection?
It's more than blood connection. In fact, it is called soul ties. So,
God.
again, if you care about your marriage, this is very, very key. All right? I feel like I know that person, but I'm not sure. Both are very important and both must be protected. A man should be able to apply wisdom. That's the key word. Okay, wisdom is a function of time, experience, a few other things. Obviously, emotional intelligence. This is not just about the facts here, right? Your mother is your mother and your wife is your wife. Please cherish. Okay, it said, please apply wisdom to bring his wife. A man, that's true. A man should be able to apply wisdom to bring his wife and mother together in peace. It's very difficult, by the way. It can be difficult, right? But it's doable.
Because women will test you.
Yes.
Your mother will test you.
Your mother and your woman will test
you. Okay.
without deliberately doing so.
All right.
Okay? Your mother is your mother and your wife is your wife. Please cherish both of them and set boundaries to prevent cruel. Please don't offend your wife because of your mother, and also don't offend your mother because of your spouse. You need support of both, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Thanks. I appreciate that. That's actually very true. But again, one of my guys are going to check him here in a second. He's not wrong, but let's keep going, right? Aditola says, Oga, not only you talk here, correct talk. That means...
Yeah.
What's the
that
English
was
for
good.
that? Okay, that means that's good, right? Your relationship with mother and wife are very important and both should not clash. Well, that's buzzword. That's trigger word. Should. They do clash. And that's why we're having this conversation.
If you're a responsible man, come on.
Okay. There are many responsible men that don't know how to answer this question. Stop the cap.
Oh my God.
Right?
Come on.
Your
man.
mother has her time in your life, and that is before you marry. Once you marry, the reign has changed to your wife. It's not about reign. Queen mother, the queen mother. It's not about reign.
They have two different positions.
Yes,
They
because,
don't even have to.
Because I get the gist, right? Some people will say, this is going to be a long video, but it's probably going to be worth it, right? Some people will say, no, just always, it's not as easy, as simple as just your wife too. Because your wife doesn't necessarily want you to do that either. She doesn't like the embarrassment that comes with the fact that she's now enemies with your family. That's not what she wants.
No, people to be looking at her like she came in the family and split. Yo.
That's why these things are
Okay.
not black and white.
Okay, nobody want that.
She doesn't want to feel like she creates a division between you and your mother either.
Right.
But also, your mother could care less. She can go to hell. She can go to hell if you don't edify your wife, and that's gonna make you feel terrible. You're gonna be less of a man if you let that happen, right? You're not the king in your house. Your mother is always going to continue to do that. She's gonna feel like you're not man enough to take care of your business. She can't trust you as a man, basically. But you just lost your family. She's gonna hold the resentment as your queen. Queen mother really doesn't cook care less, right? Because I raised you, I could continue to raise you for the rest of my life.
You always be a child.
But if you're a man, like Mr. Nee said earlier, if you're a man, you understand it's not black and white. This takes wisdom, but again, we're going to get the wisdom from the insights of how people think, you know. So Toby, my guy, Toby said, I have heard a lot say apply wisdom. So he's correct about that. We throw the word around a lot.
So much that people are like, what is wisdom?
He said, Pastor ignore me. It's only Toby that will do this. Pastor ignore me. How is wisdom applied in this situation? And what is an example of wisdom to be applied?
Exactly.
Yes, your wife is your wife and your mother is your mother, but they are both women, and women is a very special breed. Even women know that.
I'm clapping for Toby at this point because that's a good question.
Even women know that. But he's on point because we need application examples instead of running our mouth.
Yes.
I tend to drop the word wisdom a lot too.
Yes.
But what does that even mean?
What does wisdom
I think
mean?
I just explained it. It's not black and white, right? Your wife does not want to feel like she brought division to your family. that creates embarrassment for her, and you will still not get what you're looking for if you put her over Queen Mother.
Right.
Queen Mother, she's Queen Mother. She will continue to raise you for the rest of your life if you continue to be a little boy, right? However, you're not going to be a happy man. Still, I'm looking at this thing like it's the camera. This is the camera, right? You're still not going to be happy either, right? So the solution is that if you're in a situation where there's a dispute, you have to engage active listening, right? Hello, Shelley. What happened? Oh, wow. Oh. What happened? Okay, sure. I'll talk to mom. Okay. I got you. Go to mom. Same thing. Okay. If mom is like some firecracker or something, it's okay to take her home.
Yeah.
Okay. Mama. She will be all right. She's Queen Mother, right? She will be all right. If it's that toxic, right? It's okay. So mom, I'll take you home. Oh, so no, it's not that.
So you're chasing me from my child's house. You want me to leave your house right now,
Mom, I got it. Yeah, she trust me. Trust me. She better I'm a role model.
I am the one that raised you.
Exactly, right? Let's go home.
The one that gave birth to you.
There's something I want to show you in the car. Let's go home, babe.
You
I'll be right back.
sucked my boobies.
Babe, I'll be right back. Oh, so you're just gonna go? No, I said I'll be right back. I got you. I told you I got you, right? Trust me. So it's about being the man in the situation, being the core masculine in that situation, the rock that everyone can kind of trust and count on, even if they can't find themselves in that position at that moment. It's now your patience is being tested, right? You don't need to fly off the handle. You don't need to put one person over the other because there's no such thing.
Right.
If you make it such thing, it's chaos.
Yeah.
But again, we probably need more examples or more specifics of when scenarios like this happen to really dig in. But until we get such scenarios, we will never get this right. Just people throwing theory all over the place. Wisdom call. Only pastor ignore me.
It's hilarious.
It said, so Toby said, yes, but your parents' reign can never be over. That's fact. There's no reign. Why are we talking about reign? Queen mother, queen. Okay? Reign you call. Reign is over. No, it can never be over, and your wife doesn't want that to be over either. She can't trust you if you don't have solid relationship with your mother.
Folks, yes, absolutely.
All right. She might think she likes that. She's gonna hate that eventually. Even because there are some girls that will make you do that, right, with their behavior. Like look at the scenario with Two-Face and Annie DBS. She's not crying last week, right? Oh, so I think we're supposed to cover that. Did we cover that?
We didn't.
Oh, interesting. No, we did last week.
Yeah, last week we did.
Okay, all right.
I thought you were talking about today.
No, not today. Yeah. Correct, sir. So what did Adetola say? That's correct, sir. Well, the same stuff. It's just running in circles. There's no application, which is Toby is pointing out, which is they're correct, but there's no application type of example. So, but he addresses Toby here. Toby, you know your wife's character more than your mother. And likewise, you know your mother's character more than your wife. It is your responsibility to jump in when you observe that things are going toward both of them clashing. Prevention is better than cure. Your mother supported, blessed you, and still blessing, praying and supporting you directly or indirectly. But your wife is supporting you now and praying for you in all things. There are something that you can only share with your spouse now, but in the time past you shared it with your mother. Those moments must be cherished, and we must not allow things or anyone to rob us of our blessings. From I could tell that Brani is brother
is in the middle. It's like,
and now I said Toby bros basically stuck to his story or your that means he's not gonna get what you want because there's no specific examples, and I understand Brani in this situation, but I get what Toby is saying. We need more real life examples, case studies for people to study so they can know how to handle this kind of stuff. The closest I could do is what we just did just now, which is tell mom, I got it. Mom, she will trust me. I got it. Let me handle it.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, please, babe. What would you like as a woman?
As a man, if I have a mother that is, overbearing.
No, you're not a man. Tell me as a woman.
I'm not a man. Well, as a woman.
What would you like a man to do? Let's say like that. What would I have appreciated from a man?
I would like that my husband protects me.
Okay.
Make me feel secured in my
That
relationship.
sounds narcissistic as well, but go ahead.
Yes, make me feel secured in my relationship. Because this
Okay,
is
make you feel secure in your
our
relationship.
relationship.
Okay.
This is our home.
Yes.
I should not be manhandled or threatened in my home.
Okay, so what should I
I
do?
will
How should I have
understand.
handled Mama?
I know the way you
Queen
say you
Mother.
are going to handle.
You would
Queen Mother
trust
is-
me.
I would trust
You would just
with
go upstairs in
that.
the bed and trust me that
I
I'll
would
handle it.
trust you because
Right.
you would have showed me
Right.
from the get-go.
You would have known that in my behavior, I probably
that you
will
don't
handle that
let,
too.
yeah, that you don't let anything cross me like that. So I
Yes.
will trust you. The reason why any woman will feel the need to fight for herself is because she does not trust the man she is with.
Yes.
Maybe she always
Facts.
has to put her feet down and say, no, this is mommy, why are you doing this? Or mommy comes around and say, there's not enough pepper in this stew. What's going on?
Yeah.
Like, mommy, this is my pot of stew. Why are you even in my house?
You little dinner.
If I give you my stew, you're supposed to say, thank you, baby girl. I appreciate the love. Not tell me there's not enough pepper in this stew.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what you
That-
said is...
anything we say, by the way,
good
is
enough.
easier said than done.
Yes.
These things are hard.
They're
when
very
you are
hard, though.
when you are in it and it's happening, they're extremely hard. So you need to make sure that you have proper core. If you feel like you don't, that's why we have coaching and stuff like that.
Right.
To coach you through specific scenarios, you can. So it's actually good to have such a thing because before you react, you can ask questions, and then now you're buying some time, and then but most people's problems come from reaction. They overreact.
Yes. So,
And,
a typical traditional man can be like, what did
Yeah,
you
me
do to
lumba so
mom?
bad.
My mother! The mother gave birth to me. Not even asking the wife, like, babe, what happened?
Right.
Are you okay?
What happened?
What
You
happened
alright?
between you and
Come on,
mom?
clear your leg. Okay, go. All right, I got this. Okay. Yeah, well, I'll come here. I'll come and see you right away. Mommy, Mabo. Right? That's like you de-escalate whatever is going on.
And you're right. First of all, you separate.
Yes.
You have to separate those two.
You have to be
people.
extremely
Instantly.
patient with
Yeah.
this because they're both actively trying to test you.
Yes. And they're important
And
to
you
your
will
life.
fail if you don't have this core we're talking about right now.
Right.
Every woman in your life, including your mother, will test you. They're not doing it deliberately. It is what it is, just how they operate. Okay? They're always testing all the masculine energy around them because it represents protection. If they don't feel protected, they go into their masculine and then you have chaos.
Yeah.
All right? Because it's misplaced energy.
Well, you know what? I gotta give it to my granddaddy. R.I.P. granddaddy. In fact, when my grandmother was testing my father, my granddaddy was like, call my dad, bring her back home right now. Told my grandmother,
Right.
you are banned until I allow you to
So
go back there.
go back to the house. different type of problem entirely. That generation, but anyway. So Tosin says, I will carefully examine the dispute and protect whoever is right. All right, so I would remove right and wrong from the equation completely
Right.
because whoever you label as wrong in that situation, which you automatically do when you label somebody right, you're labeling somebody wrong automatically.
Yes.
When you do that, that person will resent you and you did not really solve any problem. It's a relationship, so it's not really about right and wrong.
It's going down from there.
Nobody is doing jam tests. You're nurturing relationships. So that's what I would just be very careful about the rhetorics of right and wrong, black and white, and things like that when we're dealing with relationships. Ayo Rollins says, of course, I will wisely protect my wife without embarrassing my mom because mom gets husband too now, and now she husband go get two. What?
Protect.
Now she her husband could protect too. Ultimately, if you want to bring it down to simplify, that's what you should do, but you do it with wisdom. You don't want anybody to feel less than. Aditola says most men forget their mother cannot. I haven't read all of this. Funny enough, why? Normally I would have gone. Oh, it's one day ago. Wow. Most men forget their mother cannot give them the happiness or the love they desire once they attain one age in life, and that is why men go out in search of a wife, because they need to fill the gap their mothers cannot fill. A role of a wife in a man's life is more important than that of a mother. More important. No, you need all of your relationships, period. But I would agree that the wife serves a very important position in his life. Within the context of marriage, obviously more important, but not in his life. All of his relationships,
They're important.
even the job relationships, are important. Everybody you come in encounter with, you are always being tested, and you should learn how to nurture a relationship. Because in your life,
Absolutely.
okay. Now, within the context of the marriage, as far as the marriage is concerned, you will be right. But once women born Pekin, that means a child. The boy don't know right from left. Your
You
role
said
is
you don't know.
your boy don't know right
He
from
knows.
left. Your role, I mean, you already know. Don't know right from left. Your role is over as a mother. The role of a mother is never over.
It's not.
Yeah. And then if you're coming from a spiritual place, even more so, it's never over. They're always praying for you and things like that. Why do men not look for another mother when they lose their mothers? But they will always look for another wife or a side chick when their wife are not there. Even when the wife are there, they still cheat. Why do men not cheat on their mothers? I tell my son, love me now, because when you marry, you have to love your wife more than me. It's a different type of love, okay? Because I can't give you the happiness. Because when your son goes and now bastardized what you just said, right? He will kick you to the curb. He'll say,
Yeah,
forget
it's a
those people.
different kind of love.
You know, some people take little words you say and they take it to the extreme.
Gospel truth.
Yeah. They turn it to gospel truth, right? Exactly. I can't give you the happiness or joy you need. Then you can actually support them. Your support can mean a lot in their marriage. Depends on how you do it, right? You can be a safe place for them. Let's say they have dispute between them as married couples. Your son can feel safe and say, "Daddy, this is what I'm going through," right?
Absolutely.
And that can help their marriage. So no, it's not more important. Like these little things, I know I'm nitpicking them, but they're very, very important. I can't give you the happiness or joy you need. Then let us face reality and stop denying ourselves of the fact and truth. Yeah, so this is your truth. This is your truth, and I understand it. I receive it. Let's go on to Aditola again. The right thing to do is separate them and talk to both individuals, calming the situation absolutely down and setting boundaries. Well, setting boundaries for other adults, I've seen them play out. They can backfire. Set boundaries. All right, so this boundary talk is always tricky. Because I believe in boundaries, actually.
Is a guideline. It's not a bad thing. Every time you guys hear boundary, it's like a trigger. Oh no. I don't want boundaries.
Okay, that's me now in this situation.
It's a guideline. Boundaries are needed.
But okay, boundaries are needed. But in this situation, boundaries are needed. If the boundaries was not there before, when you're trying to de-escalate, is that when you want to set the boundaries?
Yes, because now you're saying I'm taking mommy to our house. You don't think you're setting a boundary?
Okay, so that's
In
why I
that
said
moment.
that's why I was being careful with saying it. It depends on what you mean by
Boundary
boundary.
is not a bad thing.
No, I
Because
don't think
feel
boundary.
like even at work we have boundaries. In everything we do have boundaries. So why are we so scared to?
So I don't think boundaries is a bad thing. I think boundaries has been used as a bad thing a lot. I think some people run with the rhetoric of boundary, and they use it to be rude.
Yeah, but boundary is still a word that is not a bad word. It
Okay.
simply means it's like a guideline. It's like a guide.
Okay, I hear you.
So that's why I keep using guidelines.
But your boundaries in this case is going to show your behavior. In this particular scenario, it's going to show your behavior as a man or a woman. You see what we saw Letitia just did, right?
She set a boundary for her mother.
She was setting boundaries, right?
Yes.
But the way she was also doing it makes all the difference. Some people don't realize that boundaries can be different from boundaries, okay, in terms of setting it.
Okay, so it's like
You don't
having
think
a
it can be bad?
conversation of bluntness. If you are
Yes.
blunt, you are rude.
Okay,
Period.
yeah. So your boundary.
You can't tell me you're being you because I'm being honest, but I'm just a blunt person. No, you're a rude person because that's blunt honesty, and blunt honesty does not help anybody. There are ways to be honest
Right.
with empathy. So the kind of people you're talking about are rude people that use the word boundary to be rude.
Right.
Has nothing to do with the word boundary.
So it's you're absolutely right. What I'm saying, the person I'm talking to is the person who takes the word boundary and bastardizes it.
Yeah, those are the ones you need to talk to.
So allow me to talk to them, okay?
But this person is not bastardizing.
No, I'm not talking. No, I'm just responding. I'm just
okay.
responding. I'm just responding. I'm saying when you set boundaries, right? When you set boundaries, or any psychological words, it's going to show more authentic to me in how you move, right? In how it plays out, right? It's not more so about you using the word.
Right.
Just because you use the word narcissistic doesn't mean you're correct. You correctly used it.
Right.
Just because you use the word boundaries doesn't mean you correctly use the word boundary.
Exactly.
So boundary is actually a good thing in its very core by itself because everyone needs it, right?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna read the dictionary meaning because I want this to be understood once and for all.
Okay.
A boundary is a line that marks the limit of an area.
Right.
A dividing line.
Right.
Okay. A limit of a subject or a sphere of activity.
Right.
A community without class or a political boundary.
That's enough. So what does that tell you about boundaries? Boundaries has the potential to create division if it's not handled properly. It's a double-edged sword. You realize what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like
so boundaries is not bad. Don't get me wrong. I know when I push back on it, it almost sounds like I'm saying it's bad.
You always push
yes,
back
because
on
I've seen people use the boundary and I've seen people use it and they're just rude. They're just rude people.
Yeah, but we have to know that those people are just rude people.
No, but I have to also spell it out
we can't
for our audience.
The word.
Huh?
The word is not a bad word.
No, the word is not a bad word.
Okay.
But I'm spelling it out. That's all I'm doing. I'm spelling it out. Boundary.
Don't be scared of the word. It's
right.
just a word.
Right. If you come at me with your setting boundaries and you're rude, understand why I tell you you're just rude.
Just call it out.
Any psychological words, especially when it comes to relationships, are double-edged sword. They have potential to create a negative in your life. As good as it was created, it's a narcissist. It's all these things that they throw around, right? All these words, they are double-edged sword. That's the point I'm making.
They are.
All right. So when you want to set boundaries, here's what boundary look like. Mom, you're wrong. That's what boundary looks like for certain people.
No, but that's not really what boundary is.
No.
That's what boundary for rude people is like.
Okay.
But
so let me communicate that to them. That boundary does not mean
does not mean you should disrespect your mother.
No. Okay, so let's do the flip side. So they are clear on this, right?
Or
boundary does not mean you go to your wife and say you're just disrespectful. Like that. Somebody just told himself that he was setting boundaries in that moment in time.
Yeah, well, he's wrong because that's his spouse.
That's
why he's setting boundary for.
Set boundaries,
is he married to his mother? No.
So we can set boundaries for our wife?
No, you can't set boundaries for
Why not?
Because
I thought it was good.
No, baby, stop. The two of you are in a relationship. Your mom is the third party in that marriage. She's the one that needs to know the boundaries. She needs to be taken home right now so that everything is safe. Wife needs to be in her room so that she's calm. So she can calm down.
The setting boundaries. By the way, Miss Aditola is correct about setting boundaries. All we're trying to do here is spell it out. What does that look like? That does not make somebody feel less than the other. It shouldn't have to.
No.
All right. It's okay to say, Mom, if you're gonna come over here and this happens all the time, I'm gonna have to ask you to stay away for a while because it looks like and then we'll sort it out. Because some people are that toxic, like we saw with Letitia, right?
Yes.
So, but
it's just like you.
And that's boundaries right there. And that's boundaries.
It's just like me having a friend that just come here right now all the time and sleep on my couch.
But I think
no boundary. Every day. At some point, even me, I'll be pissed off. Like, what?
But I think boundaries are set by your behavior a lot more than just using the words. As in, like, we got to set boundary, or like when people take it beyond Kenya. I just feel like a lot of people use it more as a division tool than to actually build.
I think that men don't like the word boundaries. women have been forced to say, let's set some boundary because I've been going through this and I can't take it anymore. And I think that's why you see it as a bad word.
No. That's not why I see it as a bad word. I'll give you.
People used to divide.
No. I'll give you an example. Again, I have a little. My radar is a little bit high. Okay, when I can smell it from thousands of miles away. When you say set boundaries, I can smell if you mean that you have low tolerance, or actually a healthy boundary, which is healthy just by itself, which is no, somebody should have respect for certain things. You know what I'm saying? Just a courtesy, regular courtesy demands respect, right? I'm telling you, it's a fine line between that and just somebody is just, what's the word I just used, right? I want to set boundaries. They're basically telling you that I have very low tolerance.
Yeah, so you don't think that for someone to get to a point where
no. We're not going to give an excuse why they have low tolerance.
Boundaries, maybe they've gotten to the point of where they can't take it anymore.
No. When I say somebody has low tolerance, I'm the king of having low tolerance. There's some things I just can't tolerate. Okay?
I know that.
All right, good.
I know that's right.
So, and that's not always a good thing, baby.
I'm
not going to shy away from saying that from even admitting to myself that baby, it's not always a good thing to have.
I understand that, but we're not, because of that, not going to say sometimes set boundaries. Like the way this guy just used, is this a guy or a lady? I don't know. But this person said the right thing to do is separate them and talk to both individuals. Calming the situation down and setting boundaries. How else would he say it? To explain himself.
So I've said. So how else can I say? Because I've said it like 20 times that this person is not wrong.
People, you're talking about the rude people that say, "I just want to stand back." We're not talking about people like that.
No. I'm talking about them. I already said she's right with what she said. I already said that, right? This is an example of a woman. Would not really hear what I'm saying, but I'm gonna make her hear, right?
Whatever.
Wait, baby. I've said that a few times. That she's absolutely correct.
You said that.
Did you hear that?
But I still feel like
let's make sure you hear it.
You have a problem with the word boundary.
No. I don't.
And the part I'm trying
Anytime
to say,
I see boundary,
don't have a problem with the word.
Psychological words in general. Anytime I see them, the ones that are very popular that they throw around a lot. Anytime I hear them, I like to spell them out because they're double-edged sword. People use it to literally kill their relationship. You understand? I'm setting boundaries. So I'm setting boundaries. I have low tolerance. There's a blurry line between that. I like to spell it out so you can know that, hey, when you're setting boundaries, you're going to need some wisdom and understanding that you know that it's a double-edged sword, right? You know it can destroy your relationship, right? Not the boundary by itself. It's because you as a human being, there's a blurry line between, you may just have low tolerance. Like, oh, mommy, so why didn't you do it this way? Let's set boundary. Mommy should not be able to say that again. Well, I'm not going to tell mommy not to tell you, not for. She just had an opinion in a moment. We're going to leave that alone. Babe, these people sometimes, they just leave them, right? I don't like it. We have to set boundaries.
I don't think anybody would say that. I think that's extreme.
See, that's a matter of opinion.
I think that's extreme. I think that's honestly.
But that's the point I'm making. It becomes extreme, right? Because you're like, why are we setting boundaries on somebody had an opinion that rub you off a little bit?
I don't think so. It also comes from relationships. It must have been mommies usually complaining. Nobody. I don't think anyone just flat out just go crazy because they said one opinion. This is someone in your family. This is not an outsider. They must have felt like maybe that person doesn't like me, or maybe that person treats me somehow, and now they are taking and they're shading my food right now. Do you understand how that could be coming from a different place? But just you have my food right now and you say, oh, I like my food a little spicier. Please, can I have some more pepper?
And you don't see anybody saying,
it's different.
Let me set boundaries there.
What kind of food is this? Is this food? It's two different things.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I'm giving you that example right now.
If
I say, oh, I'm so sorry. I like my food to be very spicy. Can I have some pepper? Do you have some pepper at home, please? I would never take an offense to something like that. But assuming the other person say, what kind of food is this? Is this how you cook kiniko? Then there's something wrong with the way that person said something. Why is that person not saying, oh?
No, but let me agree that there's something wrong.
Thank you.
Wait.
Because
Oh,
you're
Jepari.
forgetting that part. You're just saying boundary, boundary.
Let me agree. Like something wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that still your opinion?
What do you mean? If something is wrong, is my opinion?
Yeah. They said that thing was wrong the way they said it.
It's still an opinion, but I'm saying that usually that comes from. It's not just.
No, I get that. But let me
Coming from
let me
something is off
cross-examine
in the
you.
relationship.
Let me cross-examine you, right? It's still an opinion, right? So, what's to say that it could just be your outlook on how you see things? And it's okay to not be able to tolerate some things, but you're all because now it's just something you don't like it, right? You want to set boundaries, right? That's all I'm saying.
So, what kind of boundaries would you set for that?
So, for that particular situation,
Uh-huh.
well, if in that particular situation, whoever is complaining is well addressed. That's why I always address. Mommy said that? Oh, wow. I'm sorry. Because you're telling me how it makes you feel already. I don't have to ask you how does that make you feel. I'm not your therapist, right? I already know that you're telling me it rub you off the. I'm sorry, I'm happy. Yeah, woman. Depends on how I did that. Now, here's the problem. There are some ladies, even men, we don't tolerate nonsense like that. We have to set boundaries in this household. Again, you don't see because your tolerance level is a lot more. Some people's tolerance level is lower. And they are very quick to ask you, right? Sure, when you said, here's very simply what I'm saying. Boundaries is a good thing, right? Because it's supposed to be some kind of blurry line where
It's a line.
a guide, right?
It's a guide.
You set yours here, I set mine here. That disagreement that we had, that you just have yours here, I'll extend it a little bit, extend the goalpost a little bit, right? That creates issues in people's lives. You understand what I'm saying? It seems like a very little thing, right? But it comes down to that's what it becomes. Like, what's the English of Aragono? Sorry, I forgot. But anyway, like when I now start to have opinion that this other person, that this person is hot-tempered, right? Whereas in your opinion, or even somebody else who is supporting you, no, it's too much. Right? You may even have a supporting person next to you who say, no, it's too much. It can be blurry. It can be shaky.
Anyway.
So when it comes to relationships, right?
A relationship has to be, comes first.
No, you come first. You as a person.
That's the boundary.
Right. You as an individual come first.
That automatically puts a boundary.
So if you say, if me as an individual, as a man in this situation, right? The last thing on my mind is probably boundaries. Okay? Now, what I'm playing out, the way I explained it earlier that I would do, is probably a form of boundaries, right? But again, it's an outlook on life. It's sometimes you just, like, you know how some people are just very strong-willed and they bring their attitude into how they handle. Like, anytime I see somebody say right and wrong, that's an outlook on life. I can smell it. That's how they see things. It's not right and wrong that they do that. That's just, they see things as black and white. And if you marry them and you don't realize that that's their personality, you're going to have a problem. They need to set boundaries. You're going to see that's how you tear to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about the word itself.
We move on from this because we still got long to go. Okay? Boundary is not that difficult, guys. Really, it's not.
All right.
The
So
relationship gets to win. Mommy gets to go home.
is
As respectful as you can do it.
So if your mother cannot stick to your wife, let her stay in her husband's house. Your house is your wife's, and no one should make her feel less for any reason.
That's the boundary.
There are bad women. If yours is that to tell your mom to stay in her husband's house, Safini, I guess. Safini, okay. What is Safini, like period? Point
Yes.
blank? Okay. If she decides to come to your house, then she has to close her eyes and ears for the sake of peace. I agree with
That's
her.
actually wisdom right there.
I agree with her.
Close
But I will
your eyes.
continue
It's
to
not
push.
everything.
Anytime I see somebody say set boundary, stop. What do you mean by boundary? I need to
Why
hear
are
it.
you so...
I just need to hear it.
You're hung on the word.
I'll give you an example of why
And it's
I'm
not
hung on
that
it.
deep, to be honest.
I will give you examples of when
Give me,
I will
give
give you, and I will make sure we film it so we can show it to the people too. If it's the case of a man and mother-in-law, I will handle it the same way. both. Mostly, this kind of clash is always between wife and husband. It happens on other sides too, but like she said, it's mostly
It's
a
mostly
monster-in-law
the
situation.
monster-in-law situation.
Yeah.
act like
Well,
you
it's
don't
monster-in-law
hear
on
that.
both sides too, right? You can call it monster on both sides, right?
On both sides, but it's usually mother-in-law on the husband's side. On the husband's mom. It's a common thing.
So Kemi says it's a very big task. We're in between two parties. So wisdom demands I will wisely protect my husband without offending my mom. Likewise, I will honor my mom without hurting my husband. So wisdom demands. Yeah. So we need case studies is always a good thing. Anyway, I will protect
Let me
both.
tell you, there is no way that you will remove some. Me just looking at it right now. African mother. If we're talking about African mother, okay, not to.
What if it's not African mother? What if it's a mother in Canada?
It doesn't matter.
A mother, you are a fresh Latino girl, right? And there's this mother,
Culture clash.
white mother.
Culture clash.
Okay,
That's real.
So let's use that example. Let's not use African mother and picture it. You see the same picture happening?
Yes,
Okay,
I do see
let's
it.
continue the conversation then. Continue.
So you still have to, when you take the mother out, she's still going to take an offense. All that, I will not offend my
No.
mama.
Somebody's gonna be offended.
Somebody is going to be
Yeah.
offended.
Yeah.
And it's people like that say that they don't know how to take charge. You have to be able to take charge. You guys, somebody's going to be offended. You're going to eventually have to apologize to the person who is offended. But in that moment, you have to remove somebody. And that somebody is going to be
Sit
your
down, baby.
mom.
Sit down. You're not
I'm
Are you rushing?
No, I'm not in a rush. Like, and it's gonna, unfortunately, if you want your relationship to survive,
Right.
okay, will have to be mommy, because mommy is not the wifey, right?
You're right.
If you want
I
some
think
peace.
I think the idea is not to prevent someone from being offended.
That's
Because
almost impossible.
if you approach it from that angle, you're probably gonna fail anyway.
You will fail
Uh-huh.
because your wife is not looking at you like, oh, I knew it. It's such a punk, or mama's boy, or something like that.
The
And it won't
idea,
stop.
the main test is that you don't lose your cool.
Yeah.
The main test is you. I know it sounds selfish. The main, even if you're a woman, the main issue here is that you maintain your cool, you de-escalate,
Yes.
you don't take sides, and it's clear. It must be crystal clear that you're not taking sides, right? You don't have to tell somebody that you're not taking sides. You don't have to make it crystal clear that you're not taking sides. They need to wonder that which side is she or he on. It needs not to be clear. You don't need to make it clear. But you de-escalate. Say, I got it. Okay, I'm already. I got it. I have this one. No, I have it, right? Especially if you're a man. It's not about taking sides. That's why I come against the idea of right
Boundaries.
and wrong.
Oh, okay.
When you do the right and wrong, you're already automatically taking sides.
Yes.
Remember, people already feel offended. That's why they're fighting in the first place.
Yep.
You're making it worse by approaching it from a standpoint of right and wrong.
Yeah.
That is one of the reasons why I kind of push back on boundaries too, because boundaries tend to put a little shade of right and wrong on it. You're also telling somebody that you may even tell your wife behind, right, that you're wrong. Some people will say, tell her behind, don't tell her in front. She still feel like you didn't. Even if you go to the mother and say the same thing to her, she will never see that part, and she will feel like you blamed her for everything, right? And vice versa, right?
Right.
So the idea is not right and wrong; is to de-escalate and you stay in your core. And if you do that long enough, consistently, more than enough, the people in your life that love you won't fight like that around you. They will trust that you're not going to fall for all that taking side stuff. The
Right.
mistake that people make is that it's
take
obvious that
sides.
they're taking sides right
Yes,
away, you know.
yes.
Your spouse is always correct in my eyes. You agree?
Yeah.
That's the person.
I
you
mean,
should
that's
be
the person
actively
you're married
protecting.
to. Yeah.
I will protect both with wisdom of God. But it no easy. What? This is Uncle Festus. Get facts before taking any action. Reprimand who is at fault. And then Jamal loves it. Respectfully. This is a right and wrong approach, right?
That's never.
Sounds like we're in an office building
Yeah.
somewhere, And yeah, not with
And
relationships
Jamal
like
Welch
this.
looked like his red pill. It's like, love this answer.
Love this answer.
Oh my God.
There are many people that love this answer.
Yeah.
There are people with this personality.
Judgment.
You know, is they see things as black and white, and that's and unfortunately, there's a limitation to how that works in
And
relationships.
then your relationship will suffer.
Yep.
Either one, whether it's mommy or
In my opinion,
wife.
Shola's answers is the best.
He's like, Jesus is our protector.
Jesus is our protector. I'm the one.
That needs protection. Smart dude.
I'm the
It's
one.
right. It's right.
I'm the one that needs protection at that stage,
It's right.
right? I'm the one that is protected at that, so it's kind of above my pay grade.
But you still have to deal with
No,
it.
you have to deal with it.
Okay?
You don't get to run
You
from
don't get
this,
to
bro.
run, no.
You know, but I just thought that was funny, and
That's hilarious.
But it's true that I'm the one that needs protection at that stage.
Yeah, in the
Remember
middle.
what I said? You don't want to be losing your own cool.
You are in the middle of two angry lioness.
Yeah.
Anything can happen.
Guess what Jamal said to double down after he said love this answer? Depends on who's
Who is
right. Alright, so Tayo Sonny.
Suspecting Jamal.
First, I will ask God for wisdom.
Asking
There's a
Solomon.
fight going on right now. You're gonna go ask God. Anyway, Tayo's my guy. As King Solomon did, wisdom is necessary here. But no matter what, she brought me to life. He's leaning more in mom's
So
side.
mommy's, yeah.
Nurture
boy.
never decided to abort me.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Mommy's boy.
Without her, no me in life. She deserves my protection and also my wife. But the first question to ask my wife is, what of if she happened to be her own mom? Case closed. And then, and then it goes case closed. It goes case closed. I will try never to offend any one of them. But right must be done.
I will talk senses to
I will
both.
talk senses to
Good
both.
luck, Ogatayo.
Bro.
Good luck. I'll be praying for you from here.
Yeah, don't take that into marriage. Yeah. Because again, it's not about this particular case only. If
Right.
your outlook on life is about right and wrong always, you are going to just end up offending all the people you love
Right.
and still not get anything done. And that's not, if you understand power dynamics, if you understand seduction, if definitely right and wrong has great limitations. This one is on point. It says protect myself.
And he kept running.
And it's running.
You will come back and settle the situation.
No, you don't run. That's also losing your masculine core. Please don't run.
This guy's man.
Don't run. But protect yourself. De-escalate, protect yourself, and think that everything will be fine. Protect yourself in the sense of don't lose your cool. Become the rock in that situation again. As a woman, you will have to set boundaries. I think it's okay for a woman to say, I'm setting boundaries. I don't like this. I think that, like we saw in Letitia, right? That was clearly somebody setting boundaries, but also then that have allowed that over time, right? So I protect the truth. Here we go again. Atkins. I protect the truth. Is it your truth or my truth? Because that can be different. Whichever one is on the other side of on the side of the truth. Now, how do I do this requires wisdom. Okay.
How I do this. Now
How I do this, yeah.
my wisdom.
First injunction to the wife. Never put your husband in a situation where he gets to choose between.
Oh, judgment.
Yeah, bro. Nah.
Judgment.
Nah, okay, tarantula, nah. Yeah. Keith said,
Yo.
Ola, you're right. Someone holding you hostage while you're trying to get answers to psych evaluation from Facebook.
Oh my God.
That's funny. Miss Blue says, walk away for your own safety. Maureen says, my mom, my blood.
Spouse is
A
oh my
God.
God.
That we saw that earlier, right?
Yeah. She just came to emphasize. She's like, period.
Emphasis. Period. Call police to come. I can't. This is Papa J. He said, call police to come separate them. Nah, bro. This is terrible. Terrible. Let me find a good. Wow. Call my mom's husband to deal with it.
Yes, sir.
My
Come
mom's
and carry your
husband.
wife. Yeah? Your father.
Oh, That's a good one.
Don't get your husband. Your
That's
wife.
a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. So this is a long one, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I think it's gonna get us some watch time for the channel. But yeah, what do you think, babe? Hilarious.
Hilarious.